Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's One Game and His Dog here. Today, I'm going to do a bit of a follow up on my unboxing of the Switch and kind of my review of the console and what I think of it as a whole. Yeah, this is the Switch. Let's just get straight into it with my views and feelings of it. Um, it's a really nice console. Having used it for sort of the last few weeks now, and I've been using it on my train journey into work now. And my train journey into work takes about 45 minutes, and this is coming very nicely on my journeys. I've been playing Zelda as I'm going to and from work, and been having a great time doing it. I'm just pausing it there now. I haven't got I haven't got a travel case for it or the screen protector for it at the moment. So I'm going to be getting. I did order it and I cancelled it. It was a stupidity on my part. So what I've been doing is I've been taking off the two sides and wrapping it up in a t-shirt pretty much and putting it in my bag just to kind of protect the screen, pulling it out and playing it. What I've found with it in terms of sort of the general feel playing on the train, very comfortable. Can't complain. It fits nicely in the hand and it's quite a good experience. With regards to sort of the controls and the buttons on here, no problems with them whatsoever, no issues. It feels comfortable. It feels of quality as well. Sort of the matte plastic finish on it does feel nice. It's a lot better than the gloss. Couple of complaints I have got about the controllers though. This little left analog stick here, I'm having problems with this one. I can feel the plastic of it just around the ridge there. Sort of like on the first batch of PS4 controllers that came in the console where it just started to tear. I'm feeling like I'm going to do that here. So that's one complaint I've got with it. But one of the things I was most surprised about with the console, sort of as I've been using it, is it is really like the advert. If you want to get a Switch and you've seen the advert and you think that it's not going to be that quick and easy to pull up and put down, it really is, and it is quite nice. I don't constantly feel I didn't feel a need to keep saving my games. I do now because it has crashed on me once, and that was with Zelda, and I didn't save, and I sort of had to go back a bit. So yeah, it has happened once with the crash, so I am saving it before I pick it up and move it about. But even just putting it, as well, just like whacking it into the docking station, or while it's in the docking station playing, and then just switching the thing off and going about going to bed and then waking up in the morning, switching it on, playing again. Straight in the game. It's a really quick load up and boot screen, a lot faster than what the Wii U was. Rival PS4 and Xbox One in that sense. But yeah, I did have this one issue where it crashed once before, and it's kind of made me paranoid since then. The dock itself, it's fucking disappointing. I wired it up behind my TV. The actual dock, I'm really disappointed about because all it really is a plastic case with that you plug your HDMI, a charge cable, and the power into. That's it, and it is really flimsy. It's loose. It just doesn't feel. It doesn't feel like the quality of this. I wouldn't be surprised if in the future there was like third-party docking stations that come out, and I could be tempted to pick one up. Now, I haven't had the issue of scratching my screen when putting it in, and yeah, I've got no scratches on it at the moment, and that's not because necessarily I've been very careful. I haven't, because where I've got the docking station, I've got it behind my TV just because of the way the wires are at the moment. So I sort of have to go from behind and put it in, make sure I'm putting it in the right way, and I'm not seeing what I'm doing, but I haven't managed to scratch the screen yet. I know a lot of people have had that problem. I haven't had that problem yet. I've had no dead pixels either, which I'm over the moon about because I was worried about that. But yeah, for £280, you're getting a portable on the go console. It's not that bad. It is pretty good. I am, however, let's carry on with the hardware for the minute before I get into my complaint at the moment. So I've actually left one of my controllers down here. So I picked up the Pro controller as well. This is majority of the time. This is what I use when I'm at home. I'm using this controller, and I actually really like the Pro controller. It feels nice and comfortable. I like the fact it's got some weight to it as well. I like the feeling of the weight in my hand. It feels like I'm actually holding something. I can move it around properly and go. It doesn't feel flimsy or light. It's very solid. I am concerned again about that left analog stick there. I feel that coming. But in terms of the button placement, it's all really good. The ZL and the ZR, nice little bit sort of bigger ones, along with the L and the R. There's probably going to be maybe some third party ones that could be better, but I don't think so. I don't think they're going to really hardly match it. The main issue I've got with this controller, and as well with the Switch console itself, is just the audio out. So where I do my streaming at the moment, or I've been attempting to do my streaming on the Switch, the problem I've got is that because of the wiring in this house, I'm gonna get it sorted. My telephone, my main socket is in like the bedroom, and basically I have to play it in the bedroom if I want to do streaming, because I want to be on the Ethernet, because the Wi-Fi is just not having it, or it could just be my laptop packing up. I'm not too sure, because when I've done Wii U streaming before in my old place, that was fine, and I'm pretty sure I've got a better internet connection than I had in my old flat. But what I found was this though, was that the monitor that I use for my to play with doesn't have any audio outs on it. So typically what I would do when I was sort of, if I'm streaming on my TV, for example, down here, which is, what I do is I've got an audio out jack in it, so I plug that in. I've got the headphones there, so the sound's going through that, and but then the capture card's also picking up the game audio via the HDMI, because it's HDMI in and out. I've got the Hauppauge Rocket HD PVR. Now the problem is with the Switch console is that there isn't any audio out there, and even in the docking station, there's not like an optical audio out, which is another complaint I've got with that docking station. Is just it's not doing anything for you. I thought when it first come out, or when it was not first come out, when it was first announced, I could have sworn I remember hearing or reading something about how you were going to get the games would perform better going through the docking station. So I kind of assumed, the docking station's probably got some extra processing power in it. It really hasn't. It doesn't. Very little to fuck all. So the lack of audio out on it's annoying. Now, what you can do though is that when you've got the Switch console docked into the station, there is a microphone. There is a headphone out slot which is here, which you can use when you're on your travel to put your headphones in. Now, if you put this in the docking station and then you put a headphone in there, you only get the sound either going through the headphone. Through the headphones, not via the TV, not via the HDMI. What I'm saying is, it doesn't give the audio to two outputs. It only does it to one, which is irritating. It's not a do not buy this console for it. Just for me personally, doing my streaming, it's just a real fucking hassle to do, because I can't really stream this at the moment. The other sort of one complaint I've kind of got with, another thing I've got with the console is the game cards, and actually changing of them. Now, because of where I've just got my docking station set up, to get these game cards out, it is quite fiddly to do. So you've got the little slot here, and you flick that open, and then there's the game card. You push it down, it comes out. Now, when it's in the docking station, because this isn't secure in the docking station, like it's locked in, there is a little bit of movement. It can sort of move backwards and forwards when you're trying to open it out and get stuff out. So that's one problem I have got with it, is just like putting in game cards and new game cards. I feel like what you have to do is take the console out and put a new one in. So I'm not overly impressed. It's just kind of irritating to do, and furthermore as well, I always forget what side I've got to put the game card in. Yeah, that right, first time. Now the other piece of hardware I bought as well was I bought the charging grip, which is this, and I bought another 2 Joy-Cons as well. So that gives me, I can have 5 people play. For Bomberman mainly, but we'll get into that. So yeah, I bought the charging grip. Now, when you get the console, you get one of these grips, but it isn't a charging one, which is just atrocious. Like, you should have had a charging grip for this in the console. And I've got to say this now: when you get it, either buy this or buy that, because you're going to need to have another set of controllers charged up. So, for example, let's say you've got the normal grip here, and you're playing Zelda late at night, and you're going away with it, and you're having a great time, and everything's going fun. And then afterwards, you're like, you know what, I'm going to go up to bed, or maybe you're going to go to work the next day. If you forget to put the two controllers on the side of it, in the side of the console, like this, well, I prepared earlier, in the docking station, these aren't going to charge up. And there will come a point where that battery's going to die and you're going to be screwing about it. So I do recommend getting the charging grip, just so you can always have your controllers charged up. And as well, it's just, if you're going to use the docking station where it's just constantly going to be inside if you're not really going to take it out as a portable machine, for whatever reason, you're just going to always have it in, you're going to need the charging grip for that, so you've always got it. You can always make sure you've got controllers charged up, if that makes sense. The 2 spare Joy-Cons I got, glad I got them, happy I got them. It has come in handy a few times. I am getting the issue though with the left one unsyncing. I have had that, and I've had that when I'm playing 1-2 Switch with my wife, and I'm probably about a metre away from the console itself, which is just fucking unacceptable for it, and it just disconnects, and then it eventually connects itself again quite quickly, but just poor. I think Nintendo are doing something now where you can send it back and they'll send the controller and they'll send you new ones out. But yeah, big problem with that. Now, problem with the not problem, but just talk about the games. Okay, so first off, 1-2 Switch. Pick this up. Doesn't need to be said. This should have been a package game. This should have been with the console. This should have been like Wii Sports. It's fun. It's okay. It's kind of a neat little party game, but it's more sort of a tech demo for the Joy-Cons themselves in terms of what they can do with the HD Rumble. Something that I spoke about in my preview video that I done when I played at the London Premiere event, and also and sort of my unboxing. But yeah, my wife doesn't play video games with me. She played 1-2 Switch with me because I kind of talked her into it and she was slightly drunk. So we had a bit of a good laugh playing it, but that's probably it. And we've had friends round and sort of, you got the Switch, yeah, let's play 1-2 Switch. It's a nice little fun one for that. But that's kind of it. I took it at work with me and played 1-2 Switch with a couple of people at work, with the Switch itself on the little it pops out. That little stand bit there. Sort of we've done that. And it's been relatively alright. But yeah, I'm not kind of impressed with this. I'm probably going to trade this in quite soon, actually, at CEX. Yeah, it's not all that. I don't really recommend picking this up if you get the Switch. What I have also got on the Switch, I got the digital download of it, is I Am Setsuna, which I Am Setsuna's really good, and I wrote a review about it for the Express, and you can read my thoughts in more details on it. But it's a really good, if you want a great classic old JRPG, I Am Setsuna's the one for you. If you want something like a Final Fantasy 9 or maybe like 6-5, some from the SNES era, not necessarily 7 and 8, I Am Setsuna's the one for you. Or Chrono Trigger as well. Really great game. It's very borderline on cliche in terms of JRPGs and what they typically are. There's a lot of recurring tropes and it can be very, very cliche, but the game somehow manages to walk that line quite well. So I Am Setsuna is quite a nice little one to pick up, and I mentioned this in my review, but it just feels right on a Nintendo console playing I Am Setsuna. I've tried it on PlayStation 4 and I've tried it on PC, and it just feels perfect on a Nintendo console. There's something about it. It's just Nintendo. I don't know. So that was I Am Setsuna. The big one that everyone's got, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yeah, it's really fucking good. It's Skyrim Zelda. That's what it is. And there's nothing wrong with it. There are some annoyances I'm finding with the game. I'm slightly getting bored of it. And I've probably put about, maybe 14 hours into it. And I'm enjoying it, but there's just times where I'm getting bored of it. And the problem I've got is that this is the game to have for the Switch. And the thing is, it's like when you get a bit bored of it, but I still want to play some games, and there's fuck all else to play on the Switch at the moment. There's like nothing. So I'm kind of stuck playing Breath of the Wild, which isn't a nice feeling to be stuck playing it, but it is really good. It is wonderful open world, but it just there's parts of it where I'm just getting a bit. I don't know, just general tiredness with the game. Not for any real main reasons. More just sort of boredom and just wanting to play something else. But yeah, Breath of the Wild. If you're gonna get the Switch, or if if you think about getting it, you need to get this game. You just need to get it. And also as well, if you can, try pick up some amiibos like I've got. I haven't got any of the new ones for Breath of the Wild, but I've got the Link from Super Smash Bros. And the Zelda from Super Smash Bros. Zelda will give you loads of rare, not rare, but like hard to find inventory, like some sort of like Swift carrots and things like that aren't that common around. But also as well a really good bow every now and then. And Link himself, he gives you Epona from Ocarina of Time. Need that horse because it's just the best horse in the game. So if you could pick one of these up, worth it. I mean, I picked these up probably a couple of years ago for £5-6 just after the Amiibo price crash happened, but I think these might be going up in value again, particularly the Link one. Some of the new Amiibos for Breath of the Wild specifically, I've seen them going for like 20-30 quid on Amazon, and I am not spending that money. It was the same thing with the Splatoon figures when they first come out, but they'll drop in price eventually, so just be patient. The other game I've got, which I had a nice big rant and rave about, is Super Bomberman R. I've tried playing it some more, really not liking it. The lag and the delay is getting on my nerves. However, I've just popped it into here because what I'm going to be doing now is they just brought out a patch update for it. It brought out 1.2, which apparently has addressed a lot of the lag issues, or the offline and the online. So I'm going to play a bit of that. So there'll probably be a video coming up with me ranting and raving about that. And that's kind of it with the Switch. I've got the Scribble, was it Snippets? Snipper Clips demo that I still haven't played yet. We just finished playing Splatoon 2, which was very nice. I quite enjoyed that. I mean, it was only sort of an open beta for an hour, so there's not much to really go into it, but there'll be probably a separate video coming up with my thoughts on Splatoon 2 in the future. So yeah, look, the Switch console as a whole for £280. Look, if you're tempted to get one, I'd kind of say, normally I would have said it's Nintendo, so just buy it now because it's never going to drop in price. I'm actually going to say this time around, hold off buying it for the moment. Breath of the Wild is really good. Don't get me wrong. But if you're going to buy the Switch and you're going to buy Breath of the Wild, I mean, I picked up Breath of the Wild for £42. I've seen it going for 60 quid. But if we say Breath of the Wild is going to cost you £50, the console's going to cost you £280, that's you're looking at £330 standard there. You're going to need a charging grip or the Pro Controller. So say if you get a charging grip, which is like £25, you're probably looking at about £375 just to play Breath of the Wild. It's not worth £375. There are going to be more great games coming out in the future that be announced. The new Mario game, it's always going to be good. Mario Kart 8, which I'm going to pick up, even though it's just Mario Kart 8 from the Wii U with all the DLC attached to it, which I've already got. I'm still going to get it though, because it's one of my favourite games actually, and particularly Mario Kart's one of my favourite series, but also as well Mario Kart 8, I really loved on the Wii U. Just fucking love the online and that. And there's not that, so there's not much else you can really get in terms of games. Now, on the Nintendo eShop at the moment, the only things that they've really got in there is they've got Shovel Knight, new Shovel Knight with some of the DLCs and expansions, as it were. I like Shovel Knight, I played it on the Wii U. I haven't played it on this. It's Shovel Knight, it's going to be the same graphics and whatnot. They've got on here Fast RMX, which I'm going to pick up at some point, which I've heard people say it's kind of like Wipeout, F-Zero kind of return. So that looks quite good. I mean, that's $16.99, which isn't too bad. Then there's some weird stuff in here. There's some weird... I mean, there's just a weird thing that's... Not weird. Sorry. Strange thing that's here is like Othello's here. That game Go. It's like £4.49. That's on here. I don't know why I paid £4.49 for that. Yeah, Super Bomberman R is 50 quid on the store. The game is not worth £50. What are you doing to me? controller's been a bit weird. Yeah, with that left analog stick, just a little bit loose. Just doesn't feel secure. Just a little bit flaky. You know why? It's because I've got 2 controllers on the go. Sorry, let's go back. Right, but the other thing about the Switch, which I was quite happy about, and I haven't picked any of them up yet, but I will be picking them up, is they have got a load of SNK Neo Geo games on there, including 2 King of Fighters, Metal Slug 3, I've probably bought that on every console known to man it's been available on, and also as well a golf game that I've never played, Neo Turf Masters, which I'm actually really quite fascinated about. I think it's £6.29, so I might actually pick that up. And then the other ones they've just put on here is The Last Inferno, which I don't really know, kind of not sure what that's about. Human Resource Machine, and then World of Goo, which is sort of some indie games that have come over, sort of from Steam and also from mobile. But yeah, so with the Switch, the problem is with the Switch at the moment is there isn't a library really there for it, and alright, it's like that with every new console, but there's one game, it's Zelda. That's about it. Hopefully we'll get better in the future. I'm looking forward to when Nintendo start their online thing, when they're going to start giving us free games every month. The eStore is lacking again, which is the same problem on the Wii and the Wii U. But yeah, we'll have to see what comes more in the future. Hopefully there'll be some more stuff. But if you want to get a Switch, here's my overall review. Great console, works just like how it does in the adverts. I personally haven't any problems with the scratching or the dead pixels. I have had the problems with the left Joy-Con. On its own, it's worth $280, but at the moment, you're going to be very stuck for what you spend your $280 on. You got Zelda, and that's it. So yeah. Anyway, guys, look, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, because there's going to be more Switch videos coming up a lot more in the future. So I'll see you soon. Bye bye.